What if you had a gun in ancient Rome? Day 1. You show up in ancient Rome with a modern pistol. Nobody knows you, nobody cares. One shot into the air. Boom. Smoke echo through the streets. People drop to their knees. They call you the son of Mars, the messenger of Jupiter. 1 week later, tree. You're gladiator number 1. The arena, the Colosseum. The crowd is screaming. 5 armed gladiators against you. 1 shot, 1 body. A few seconds later, you win. The whole arena goes silent. The emperor wants to see you. A month later, the emperor is afraid of you. You're a weapon he can't control. He offers you gold, power, command of a legion, but you like the fights. Then one day, there's a problem. You run out of bullets. You're standing in the arena. Gladiators all around you. They see the fear in your eyes, and they realize you're not a god anymore. They don't kill you. They let you go. You hope they'll build a statue of you, but they don't, because it wasn't you who won. It was the weapon, and that's what they build the monument to. You wake up in a medieval city. Day 1. The plague is everywhere. People are collapsing in the streets. Black flags hang from the houses. Day 2. Plague doctors show up. Those creepy beaked masks. But you're different. You're in a yellow suit, and you've got a device built for total disinfection. Day 3. You walk through the streets, flooding everything with thick antiseptic mist. White smoke swallows the buildings. People stare at you like you've lost your mind. Day 4. In the basements, a massive swarm of rats. You aim the flamethrower, and you burn every single one. Day 5. The city is full of the sick. You inject the medicine. The plague doctors watch from the shadows. They're afraid of you. Day 6. Everyone recovers. The whole city is grateful. Day 7. You changed history, and that's the problem. Something breaks. A glitch in the system. A new outbreak in Africa becomes inevitable.
What if you ended up in 5 Nights at Freddy's? The craziest part is at the end. Night 1. You get a job as a night guard at a pizzeria. The cameras are working, everything seems normal, until the animatronics start moving. Night 2. You notice some movement in the hallway. You grab a flashlight and go check. An animatronic is standing in the corridor. Suddenly it starts running toward you, but you manage to escape. You realize this is not a normal place. Night 3. You hear footsteps under the door. The cameras show nothing. Something is crawling through the vents. Night 4. You fall asleep. The animatronics can sense it. Something terrible happens, but wait. Night 5. You wake up. It was just a dream. The power starts running out fast. If it goes out, the doors will open. You go looking for the generator. The animatronics are not playing games anymore. Out of nowhere, a terrifying Foxy jumps at you. You never had a chance. Night 6. The guard's seat is empty now. You're part of this creepy crew now.
You woke up in the exclusion zone. What's next? Day 1. Panic. You have no idea where you are. Empty buildings. Rusty swings creaking in the wind. You find a backpack with a dosimeter and some bandages. Then you hear a growl somewhere in the yard. Day 3. First encounter. You learn how to avoid anomalies. Throw a bolt, flash, you see a mutant for the first time. You run, you get slightly injured. That's when it hits you. The zone doesn't forgive mistakes. 1 week, you're not prey anymore. You find an old AK at an abandoned checkpoint. You build some improvised radiation protection. You meet stalkers around a campfire. They let you stay, for now, 1 month. One of them. You start going on raids. You sell artifacts. You're not afraid of the dark anymore. You start to feel the zone. 1 year, you are part of the zone. Now you lead a small group. New rookies look at you like you're a legend, and a mission hits, and you survive. Final twist. Then you realize something. You didn't enter the zone. The zone chose you. Final shot. Your eyes glow in the darkness. A dosimeter crackles in the distance, and the screen fades to black.
What if all the oceans disappeared? First few days, it's a looter's paradise. We're walking to the Titanic. Yeah, walking. Now it's just a giant rusty piece of metal sitting in the sand. In the Bermuda Triangle, we find mountains of missing airplanes. People are hauling gold by the ton. 1 week later, we're driving jeeps down into the Mariana Trench. It's completely dry, and that's when we see them. Giant octopus creatures the size of skyscrapers, massive crocodiles, snakes stretching for miles, and terrifying mutant monsters. 1 month later, the fun is over. The ocean was Earth's thermostat. Without it, temperatures go insane. Plus 95 degrees Celsius during the day, minus 150 degrees Celsius at night. Clouds disappear. No rain. Forests burn. 6 months in, the scariest part? The air. Plankton, the stuff that produced 80% of our oxygen, dried out in a single day. CO2 levels rise fast. We start suffocating. 1 year later, you're standing on the ocean floor, wearing a mask, staring at a dead sky. And that's when you realize your home planet turned into Mars, and we were never meant to survive this. You wake up in 90s Russia. What happens next? Day 1. You wake up in 1994. Russia. Gray courtyard. Concrete apartment blocks. Cold stairwell. In your pocket. 2,000 old rubles. No job. No connections. Just the streets. First week, the local guys notice you in the yard. They ask one simple question. Who you rolling with? You've got a choice. Be a victim or be with them. You go with them. 1 month. Now you've got tasks. Collect a debt. Show up to a meetup. Watch over a spot. Adrenaline. Money. Respect. You start getting used to it. 1 year. You're not the new kid anymore. You're making decisions. Then comes the first real moment. They hand you a gun. Not for show. For business. You don't sleep at night. But in the morning, you still step outside. After the first serious showdown, you realize there's no going back. 10 years. Now you decide who gets to work and who shuts down. People fear your name. But you start noticing something. New faces show up more often. The old ones disappear faster. 15 years. Blue lights flashing in the distance. Your crew scatters. You're standing alone. They arrest you. Prison. The end. And you realize maybe it would have been better to just ride a bear in Russia instead. What if you never stopped digging? You start digging a hole in your backyard with a $20 shovel. At 5 meters, it's just dirt and worms. At 20 meters, you start finding old coins and broken pottery. You sell the artifacts and buy a $100 shovel. At 100 meters, you hit groundwater. Water bursts in and floods the whole hole. So you buy pumps and start draining it. 1 month later, at 300 meters, you discover dinosaur skeletons. You sell them and upgrade to much better equipment. 6 months later, at 1,000 meters, you hit lithium. Big companies start calling you, asking to work together. You build a drilling rig. 1 year later, at 10,000 meters, you discover a massive crystal cave. You start doing paid live streams to show it to the world. At 30,000 meters, you reach the Earth's mantle. Letters from the government start arriving telling you to stop. At 40,000 meters, sensors detect liquid iron. You start selling mining rights to the Earth's core like it's beachfront property. Final depth, 44,000 meters. Gravity is now the same in every direction. Objects just float in place. You are stuck right in the center of the planet. You are now the richest person on Earth, but you can't leave.
What if you brought a vape to ancient China? And the craziest part is at the end. Day 1. You're walking through an ancient China market. Noise, people, Torgovia everywhere. You're pushing a cart on wheels. It's full of weird little devices. Nobody pays attention to you. You stop, grab one, take a hit. You blow a thick cloud of smoke into the air. Silence. Everyone turns and looks at you. Day 2. Now there's a crowd around you. People reaching for the devices. They start taking hits. Day 3. Suddenly, guards show up. They grab you. They flip your card over. They think you're a spy. On Day 4, they bring you to the Emperor. He just stares at you. You show him the device. He takes a hit, blows out smoke. The whole room freezes. Day 5, you stay at the palace. The Emperor likes the smoke. You become important. Day 6, out of nowhere, Socrates pulls up in a Mercedes. You're like, what are you even doing here? And where did you get that car? He says, you're not the only one bringing stuff here. Day 7, you run out of devices. The Emperor calls you again. He grabs an old vape, takes a hit, pause. He suddenly starts coughing, choking, smoke coming out in bursts. The whole palace goes into panic. Guards grab their weapons. Someone shouts, you poisoned the Emperor. The guards start moving toward you. Out of nowhere, Socrates pulls up in the Mercedes. You jump in. You ask, where are we going? He says, ancient Mexico. Some crazy guy brought Russian vodka there.
Did you wake up in a mental hospital? What happens next? Day 1. You wake up in a creepy stone room. You're strapped into a straitjacket. Behind the door, someone's pacing. Someone disturbed. Someone dangerous. Day 2. They take you out into the hallway. Patients line the walls. Someone is whispering. Someone is staring at you without blinking. Day 3. Creepy doctors in black coats. They wheel you into an operating room. You realize this isn't treatment. Day 7. At night, you somehow manage to break free. They spot you, and you sprint down the hallway, doctors chasing you. You hide in a tiny storage closet. In the dark, you find a phone. You dial 911. A few minutes later, blue lights flash outside the windows. Sirens rescue. Police officers walk into the closet. Calmly, they say, it's okay, we're going to take you with us. One of them gives you a shot. Darkness. The last thing you hear, there's no escaping this place. What if you had an iPhone in ancient Egypt? Day 1. You're standing in a square in ancient Egypt. People in tunics, dust, heat. You've got a smartphone in your hand. Day 2. You turn on music. People freeze. One guy drops to his knees. Someone whispers, that's the voice of a god. Day 3. You open a video. You show them the clip where Amber Heard shat on Johnny Depp's bed. Everyone starts thinking you're a god. Day 4. The Pharaoh has you arrested. He asks what that thing is in your hands. You silently show him TikTok. The Pharaoh drops to his knees in front of you. Day 5. Socrates walks up, looks at the screen, asks, if an object speaks but isn't alive, does it exist? Then he says, useless thing, doesn't teach virtue, and leaves. You show them a photo of a cat. The Egyptians start discussing it like it's some new mythical creature. Finale, battery 1% phone turns off. You shake it. Silence. Someone from the crowd. God is dead. Pause. Socrates from a distance. I told you, Xiaomi is top for the money.
What if you kept going higher and higher? The craziest part is at the end. Level 1. You climb onto the roof of a normal house. The city already starts looking smaller. Level 2. You climb above the clouds onto the top of the Burj Khalifa. Cars look like tiny dots from up here. Level 3. You reach space. Everything around you is silent and endlessly dark. Level 4. You keep going even higher. Now you can see the entire Earth, but you keep going up, and suddenly you see another Earth above you.